Summer Camp Week 5. Let's tell you all about it. Okay, let's tell you about the holiday. We've been to Cornwall and had a whole week there down near Padstow and a place called Rock. It's absolutely stunning there because it has white beaches, turquoise sea. I've been to Cornwall twice before and I don't know why I didn't appreciate it before, but this time I was like, it's kind of like the Caribbean. Just like last week, I'll get straight into it and show you all the things that we were doing on week 5 summer camp. Also, if you watch to the end, I'm going to do the overlay of all of the sketchbook work I've been doing. So here we are on the first day at Harlan Beach. Huge, wide, sandy beach with rocks up to the side with rock pools and quite a rough sea that you could do bodyboarding in. And here I was sitting on the sand with my tent to keep the sun off. I set up there with my art assistant. So I had some watercolours with me and some paper and a pencil, and I was doing sketching and watercolours. Started off by doing line sketching. And here's the finished result with the line sketch and the watercolour added in. I've slowed it down here so that you get to have a bit of a better look at it. Day 2 was down at Rock Beach, just opposite Padstow. This is an estuary beach with the River Camel, absolutely stunning. It wasn't so sunny that day, but beautiful turquoise sea. And this was the sketch I did here, plenty of sand in that sketch. Because my dog kept kicking sand up wherever I was, she was there kicking sand up into my watercolours, so super helpful, but we don't worry about that. So that's my setup there with my watercolours. I was using my empty drinking cup for my water. I've got some pencils with me and also a little Tupperware there to use as a palette, and this bag that I've shown you before that I keep everything in. There's my beautiful artist assistant enjoying the beach. She loves digging, and this is what she spent most of the time on the beach doing. Then it was over to Padstow, which is the other side of the harbour. Didn't show too much footage of that, but enjoyed that. Next day, over to Port Isaac. This is absolutely stunning. Port Isaac is actually also the location for the ITV show Doc Martin, if you've ever seen it. The water here was truly turquoise. It looked as though you could have been in Greece. It was amazing. Loved being here, looking around, and also had to get some pictures of my dog in front of Doc Martin's house. Managed to forget my sketchbook, so I ended up sketching on the packet from my snack that I had with my tea. Now look at this. This really looked like it could be Greece or somewhere in Europe. Totally stunning. Then later in that afternoon, we went back to the same beach, to Harlan Beach, when I was able to take my acrylics and do some more painting. Used a bright pink in the background and then got going with the main colours. But I didn't take many, I wanted to experiment. I literally took a few of the basic colours, and that is what I managed to achieve with that, so I was quite proud of myself. Here's my assistant again. Right, we moved on and we went to a different beach called Black Rock. Really amazing scenery, and inside my sun tent I was attempting to do some of these, and perhaps I'll show you next week how I got on with that. Here we are, this is the next day, and we went to St Ives, and we had to go a little way on the train to get there because it's difficult to park in the town, so you park at the station and go on the train and get this amazing view across the beach coming into the town. Here is my lovely dog modelling and showing you the town there, the harbour. This is one of the reasons I came here, to see Alfred Wallace's work, and he lived in this house. He was a fisherman, and during his lifetime people really didn't pay much attention to his work. They thought it looked like a child's work, but he lived here in this little fishing cottage, and now his work is here in St Ives, the Tate at St Ives. Here is one of them. There was 3 pieces of his. This one that's quite famous, and this piece, and I wanted to see this work in person. I was super excited to see this and to see where he lived in St Ives. Also, this is the view from the cafe at the Tate. That's amazing. The last day I went down to Rock, and this is where I thought it really looked like the Caribbean. And I was able to get some more paintings done with my acrylics. I was really pleased with these. Some of the pictures were going over to Padstow and out to the river, lots of sand in those, and I need to finish those. Finish off, I've done an overview of my sketchbook, so I'll pop that in now. Here is the first day. I was packing to go on holiday, packing a big bag of art stuff, and also doing a course that I'd paid for online. I'll tell you more about that next week. First day in Cornwall. This is the view from Rock over to Padstow, looking out to the sea from the River Camel. Next day, as I said before, we went to Harlyn Beach. It had a little bit of water running down into the sea and the rock pools there. Up there, you could go and climb on those when the tide was out. This is the day we went to Padstow, beautiful harbour, wandered around, tried to capture the buildings around the harbour. Here is my view of Port Isaac. Absolutely stunning turquoise sea. And it's over here that you can see Doc Martin's house. You've also got the harbour walls there. Here is the beach at Black Rock, where you had all these jagged rocks sticking out with rock pools. And I was sitting sort of up here on the beach with my beach tent. Here is the illustration of one of the paintings I saw at the Tate of Alfred Wallace. And if you haven't heard about him, you should look him up. He's very inspiring. And finally, we're finishing off on the last day at Rock with me painting there. You can see the paintings that I've been doing. Padstow's over there. I've got the bright pink backgrounds that I do, and I've left them like that because they're unfinished. Beautiful water. I need a new sketchbook for next week. So thanks for watching. If you did enjoy this, there's the rest of the summer camp to go back and watch, all the things I've been doing. And please share this, and I'd love it if you could subscribe. I'm up to 1,000 subscribers now, but I need to get my watch time up, so that would be really great if you could like, share and subscribe. See you next week.